see you, my best friend, standing there with Hoyle Gracie, and you guys are about to grapple. I'm like,
One thing that I'm noticing for the first time ever, that's why I love doing these things, that Joe Rogan comes in the category of a fast speaker. See, there are two kinds of speaker, people who speak naturally very fast and people who take time to speak slowly. A very good example of a fast speaker would be me right now, what I can show you, of course, apart from Mr. Joe Rogan over here. A good example of a slow speaker would be Sarah Jane, who came on my podcast quite a while ago. If you do not know, Sarah Jane used to be a coach in Dale Carnegie, has spent like over 2 decades training and coaching people. She's a fantastic speaker, very good command in the language, very good command in speaking, can give big, gigantic speeches. I think she recently competed in something related to best speaker of the world or some competition, right? She was doing very good. Don't know the update finally. But she is in the category of a slow speaker. Slow speaker is not a bad speaker. Just like there are slow twitch fibers and fast twitch fiber muscles. Fast twitch fiber muscles are more explosive. Slow twitch fiber muscles are more endurance based. Does not mean slow twitch fiber muscles are not good. A very good example of slow twitch fiber would be Nate Diaz. He's a fantastic fighter. A very good example of fast twitch fiber would be Edson Barbosa or Conor McGregor. Both are fantastic fighters. All three of them are great fighters, but it's just that the kind of fighter they are, or kind of body type they have. For example, whether you are an ectomorph or you are an endomorph, depends what kind you are. In a similar manner, a fast speaker is different from a slow speaker. Joe Rogan over here is a fast speaker. Now, what you need to know, if you're one of those fast speakers, and I've had bunch of students in art of speaking who were like naturally fast speakers. And the problem with fast speakers is that every now and then they are going to get tongue-tied. I'm pretty sure you notice me getting tongue-tied multiple times as well, especially when it is unscripted. Slow speakers are more calculated. They think more, right? That is great as well. For example, Elon Musk would be a perfect example of a slow speaker. The good thing about fast speaker, however, is if you know the value of fluctuation of speed, it is way easier for a fast speaker to slow it down. It is much more difficult for a slow speaker to speed it up. Fast or slow, if you're going to speak at the same pace continuously, we get what we call a monotone. And a monotone is always boring. A monotone is bound to lose your attention. So fast speakers have to slow it down every now and then. Slow speakers have to fasten it up every now and then. That's the best way to gather attention. I have discussed this in much more detail in Art of Speaking, and the limitation of time, I cannot discuss everything over here. But I'm going to say this one thing real quick. The reason your mind loses attention to anything that is monotone is because our senses are created to discover and to sense changes. For example, right now you are listening to my voice. It is not the only sound that you're listening to. The other sounds that you're listening to are. Did you notice? There are other things that are going on as well. Whether there's background noise, there's fan noise, there's tube light noise, whatever noise there is, there are other noises as well. But your brain chose to ignore that because those are fixed noise. We also call it white noise. There are videos on YouTube called white noise, 1 hour long. You can listen to it while you study because your brain is naturally going to ignore it because of its monotone nature. And also it is going to cut out every other noise from the outside if you are in a crowded, noisy place. Good way to study. I talk about it all the time guiding students. So that is why you need the fluctuation of speed, energy, all these things. Now listen to Joe Rogan when he speaks and try to understand why I said all that when I heard Joe Rogan speak at this point.
Steve, knowing what I know about the Gracies, knowing what I know about the history of the family, knowing what a legendary family did, to see you, my best friend, stand.
Did you see what he did there, right there? He was speaking so fast. But why would he slow down? Now, I'm not saying while he's talking to his friend over here, he's thinking, oh, I should slow it down. No, it has boiled down to his reflex by this point, and it just comes out when there's need. So, a lot of speaking is feeling. You speak according to your feel when you're very comfortable in speaking, when you're really good at it, when you have done the reps, when you have spoken for hours and hours. So, pay attention for one last time. This is what we call push and pull.
History of the family, knowing what a legendary family is. To see you, my best friend, standing there with Hoyler Gracie.
He could have gone with the same pace as well. To see you, my best friend, standing over there with Hoyler Gracie. He could have said like that as well. But why did he, to see you standing over there, why did he slow down? It's just a better way of communication.